Previously on the Dice Girls.
You see a little wooden sign, and it just says Fryndlesticks. In the distance, you see a figure, kind of like a big figure, slowly trudging towards your horses. Do you bring news of the gnomes?
Oh, you know the gnomes?
I was their keeper here for a long time. Well, that is the pride and joy of Fryndlesticks. It is our library.
Are we able to get a library card?
He stops outside of the library and says, well, this is where I will leave you.
With sugar and spice and a roll of the dice, you're listening to The Dice Girls.
I'm laughing and crying at the same time.
You are in Fryndlesticks. You met Cap. Yes. You have just stepped into the massive, sprawling library in Fryndlesticks.
Yeah!
We've been waiting a long time for
This library, you guys.
We've been waiting for this cliffhanger.
Like 3 months.
3 months.
It really has been like 3 months.
Yeah.
It is like early evening at this point. It's like dusk time, I would say. So the library is kind of dark in there. It's probably a little spooky, just because of all the shadows, and it's an unknown place, and it's very quiet, and very dark, and it's a huge sprawling library on the inside of this massive tree that was like the center of Fryndlesticks.
Kai, will you do us the honors and light a lantern so that you can see?
I was going to say, you've got dark vision. Yes, I will light a lantern so I can see.
All right. Kai, you light your lantern and you can see.
I can see.
Big giant shelves from floor to ceiling. It's just massive. Everything on the interior is made of wood. There's like countertops, there's tables, there's places to read, there's like little nooks with like poofs in them, and it's just huge. There's different rooms. There's like it just is a very, very large library.
So I think that we should split up and just start looking to see if we find any books that are glowing or smell funny. They may have information about our missing friend.
Can we just... Is there like a Dewey Decimal system here or anything that can help us?
Is it in alphabetical order?
Is there an index? Is there a section for like plot device books?
Exposition, please, book.
Roll me. What am I going to have you roll me? Roll me a perception check.
I mean, I'm going to look anyway. Oh, I shouldn't have. It's a 1 now.
Oh, I got 15.
I got 8.
So Rhakna like tries to look to see if there's any semblance of order here, and there's books.
There sure is books in here.
There sure is books. Yep.
It's kind of like there are trouble.
There are trouble. There is books. Kai and Triggus, you kind of like walk over to some shelves and peek around. You notice that like they do seem to be in some kind of order, but it doesn't make a lot of sense to you, Kai. Triggus, you would probably notice that they almost seem to be in order by like, I'm trying to think by like family. They're like, there's a section where all of the books are about the Snapdragon family. And there's like a section, if you go a couple shelves down, a section of books where they're all about like the Gumption family. And you kind of see that they're grouped that way, but like within those sections, there's not really a lot of order.
Okay, everybody, here's what I'm noticing, and see if you come up with the same feeling. It seems that they're grouped by family. So I think that we need to find the Tanner family group. Let's look. Anybody see anything?
As you guys are walking around the library, you hear a rustling noise. And
Can I roll a squirrel check?
and you hear a skittering sound.
I need to roll a squirrel check.
Yeah, roll me a squirrel check.
How'd I roll worse?
Not one.
That's not one.
Well, I got an 8. I don't know what you add to a squirrel check.
I got an 8 as well.
Animal handling?
Oh.
Oh.
That's a 7.
Oh, nice. I got just a flat 8.
Okay. You hear the rustling and skittering sound. None of you have any idea, like, which direction it came from. Yeah, that's all I'm gonna give you for that. I was gonna give you more, but, like, those rolls are not great. Yeah, you hear a rustling sound and a skittering sound coming from maybe a couple aisles away. You're not quite sure.
Zippy's in here somewhere. I'm going to walk around and see if I can find him.
Triggus, are you the only one going?
Yeah, I think we're just gonna keep looking at books.
I guess so. Be careful, Triggus.
Triggus, you walk a couple of aisles away, and you kind of see like a small figure disappearing around one of the corners, and it's definitely not a squirrel.
There's tiny things here, and it's not Zippy. Come with me. I'm afraid, but I've got to look around this corner, and I don't know if it's going to jump out at me. So Triggus walks over to look around the corner.
Oh my god. Okay.
Yeah, we're
going.
going. Yeah.
I don't even say anything. We
We were
give
just-
each other a look, maybe.
Yeah,
we
we-
go.
Somebody should maybe take a defensive stance, or
I love taking defensive stances and proceed to do so.
Triggus, when you peek around the corner, you see kind of like climbing up one of the ladders to the bookshelf, a gnome. They're a really small gnome. They've got when you round the corner, they turn like and look down, and you can see they have like big brown eyes that look like magnified by these huge glasses that they're wearing. They've got like this super cute little button nose, messy black hair. They have pale skin, and they're wearing like a simple orange tunic with denim pants. And they kind of like, they look down at you and they smile when they see you. And they say, "Hi, I'm Charlie.
what ho, little friend? I'm so happy to meet you.
What are you doing in my library?"
What are you still doing here?
Well, I'm watching over the library.
So you're not a squirrel?
Oh. No. Charlie kind of looks a little embarrassed. They kind of blush a little. And they say, "Well, I'm afraid if Cap catches me here, he'll kick me out. So, I've been making like squirrel sounds, and like I want to stay here with my books."
Aw, you're adorable.
Thank you.
We won't tell Cap.
Okay, yeah. Can you keep it a secret? I was afraid of what would happen to the library if nobody was here to look after it. So I kind of just wanted to make sure everything was okay. And in case anyone came in, I could help them.
But are you safe here?
Nobody's really come in so far. I mean, Cap peeks in every once in a while and mutters about the squirrel, but it's kind of fun, actually. It's kind of fun to trick him. He really hates that squirrel.
So who are you? What is your family? What's your family name?
Well, I'm part of the Snapdragon family. I'm so sorry I didn't introduce myself. I'm Charlie Raindrop Komodo Whippersnake Snapdragon.
Hello, Zippy. I'm so happy to meet you.
What's your name?
I'm Triggus Garganath.
Well, it's very nice to meet you.
Yes. Rhakna, introduce yourself.
Is Rhakna still in a defensive stance?
Yes.
Is your friend gonna hurt me?
No, not unless you try to attack us.
Oh, no. Not unless you try to hurt the books.
Oh, never.
Good,
We would
then
never hurt books.
we're gonna be just fine.
Rhakna, you can take it down a notch.
That's rich coming from Triggus.
I mean, it could have been, I leave my defensive stance. Yeah, sorry, Charlie. I'm just a little jumpy.
It's okay. I totally get it. I can be a little jumpy too. When you guys came in, I didn't know who you were, so I kind of like hid a little bit and tried to make some squirrel sounds.
We're trying to find Wolfric. Do you know where he is?
Wolfric? You mean Wolfric Tanner?
Yes.
Well, I don't know where he is. He's been missing for a long time, hasn't he?
About a week.
Is time different here?
No, we lost him.
No,
recently.
we found him and then we lost him again.
Oh, I didn't even know if he was still alive or not. No.
Yeah, he's kind of pushing it with the age.
Well, yeah, you're right. He hasn't been here, I can tell you that much. But I'm very familiar with his family, and I can help you out if you're looking for like information on his family, I guess. I don't know if that will be helpful to you at all.
Yeah, he disappeared from the closet. He smashed a gem.
Mm-hmm.
We have gems.
Mm-hmm.
And he went in the closet and he smashed a gem with a hammer. And then, next thing we know, he's missing. And and Papa was mad at us because we lost Wolfric. Yeah. So we did some stuff, did some searching, and now we're here trying to find him.
Well, that's quite a story.
Yeah.
You've been on an adventure.
We have.
A weird one.
Yes, most of our
sounds
adventures
like.
are weird.
Yeah. I don't know anything about any of that, really. It sure sounds interesting.
Yeah. Can you show them the drawing?
Yeah, I pull out the drawing. Does this happen to mean anything to you at all, perhaps?
I don't think Charlie, like, looks at it. They inspect it.
I'm still holding my hand up.
You are, and I'm still looking at your hand. We're really into it, guys. We're really we're deep into the roleplay here. Yeah. Charlie shakes their head, and says, "No, I don't. That's weird. It's weird that I've never seen that before. Because, like, I mean, I know a lot of information. I've read all of these books. I know Fryndlesticks, and I know. Does this have anything to do with the gnomes at all? Is this just outside of my realm of knowledge? Like,
it may or may not be connected to a really ancient gnome named Wilhelmina.
Oh, Wilhelmina Tanner.
They're related?
Yeah. Here. Oh, let me show you. And Charlie, like, skitters down real fast from the ladder that they're on. And then they start, like, weaving in and out of the aisles pretty quickly. They look back and they're like, come on. Charlie leads you winding. Like, this library is bigger than you thought it was. And they just lead you aisle after aisle after aisle, down some and then back some, and you're sure you've gone in circles at least twice. But finally they lead you to the back wall of the library, and it's absolutely massive. And on the back wall is a huge tapestry. It's old. It's very old. It's faded. It's worn. The library in here is so tall that you can't, like, make out any of the writing at the top, but you can see that the writing goes from the top all the way to the bottom. And on the top of the tapestry is, like, it has been drawn like the top of a tree, and then it looks like a massive family tree, just from floor to ceiling. And Charlie leads you to it, and they kind of look way high up at it, and And they say, this is the whole history of Fryndlesticks. This is the 13 settling gnome families and all of their children and their children's children and their children's children's children ever since. And Wilhelmina is right there. And Charlie kind of like points to like, the writing on there is very small. You can see it branches off in a lot of different directions. There are like thousands of names on this huge tapestry. You see, it's kind of like, as far as relatively goes, it's closer to the bottom, just because this thing goes back so far. You see the name Wilhelmina Gracious Calliope Merrimack Tanner, and then you see 2 years, 249 to 620. And then you can see it kind of like branches off in a couple of things, but if you look at it close enough, you can trace it down. There's a couple names above, a couple generations, and then you see the name Wulfric. Wulfric Goshen Gump Sprickle Spatter Nightshade Tanner. And it appears that Wulfric would have been Wilhelmina's great-great-grandson.
Wow. So that means something. That means that Wulfric is part of the Omara.
By, like, relation, yeah.
Yeah.
She died in 620.
She died in 620.
What year is it now?
It's 1237.
Charlie, is there anyone named Sadie up there?
Charlie cocks their head and thinks for a moment. I don't think we've had a gnome yet. As far as I know, I mean, I haven't, like, I know this tree pretty well. I don't think there's a Sadie on it.
Well, Sadie's a tiefling, so I don't
But
think...
Oh, yeah, definitely not a tiefling.
But she might be disguising herself, is what I was thinking.
I don't think there's been a Sadie yet, which is weird, because it's a pretty good name.
Charlie, can we see the books that relate to the Tanner family?
Well, sure, yeah. What kind of information are you looking for exactly?
Wulfric.
Yeah, general information, maybe a secret hiding spot that the family kept for generations.
Cracking open the code of the Amara.
How to get somebody's memory back.
Turning into a red light and disappearing. Breaking a purple stone with a hammer. Side effects.
Gem... How to desecrate gemstones.
Influence people.
Charlie's eyes are getting bigger and bigger and bigger as you talk.
Side effects. Good one.
That was a really good one. Their eyes are getting bigger and bigger, and they say, "Oh, it sounds like you don't want the actual book section. You just kind of want to go into their private family section, huh?" Every gnome family in Fryndlesticks has their own private room in the library that's kind of like, well, I guess almost like a bank vault where they can keep their family's more guarded information. But I mean, that's all kind of locked away. The keys are like right over there on the counter, but I'm really not supposed to let you in.
We'll take 3.
I'm really not supposed to. I think I better not, but I can show you the Tanner family section of the public part of their section. Just, yeah. I'm not supposed to let you in.
I'm gonna try and persuade. Because I've got a +6, so...
What do you do to persuade them?
I say, look, Wulfric, he's a really good friend of Rhakna's family. Her father's been taking care of him for, 20 years. How old are you?
It's been around 20 years.
Yeah. Been taking care of him for 20 years, and it's kind of our fault that he's missing, and...
And the fate of the world depends on us finding Wulfric.
Yeah, that.
So what are you doing in a library?
trying to figure out how to fix it.
Yeah, I find books can fix a lot of problems. I don't know about this one, though. Roll me a persuasion.
Oh, dear. I don't want to say it out loud. Don't make me say it.
You gotta say it. I can't see your dice.
One.
Not one? Yeah.
Mom, I hate your dice.
Sorry.
Charlie kind of puts their hands on their hips. Well, I don't even know what you're doing in here if the fate of the world depends on it. You should really go. You should go and find Wolfric. Go. I mean, what are you doing here?
That's what we're doing. We need information.
Well, he's not here.
But we need information.
Me and an invisible squirrel.
We need to know where he's going before we go looking for him. It's a big continent.
It really is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Charlie scratches their head and says, "Listen, I can't break the rules of the library and give you those keys that are right over there on the counter. It would be a disservice to my family. You guys should figure out what's going on. I've got some books to shelve. Some books to reshelve. So, good luck finding Wolfric."
Thank you, Charlie.
I really just, yeah, those keys over there. Don't use them to unlock the Tanner family section, which is 2 aisles that way and to the left. It was great meeting you guys.
It was great meeting you as well.
I'm going to go reshelve some books way over on the other side of the library. I probably won't even be able to hear a thing. Let me know if you need anything.
Hi, Dicelings. It is Becca, your DM. Holy bananas, my life has been a little crazy, but like in a lot of really good ways, so don't worry about me, but I'm sorry that this episode is way later in the day than I intended. And if you didn't even notice, which I'm hoping is the case, although I know it's been a little bit since we released an episode because we were sick and we had scheduling problems and you know the deal. If you didn't notice, then you can just disregard this part of the message, and thank you for listening, and we sincerely hope that you're enjoying this episode. Hopefully what happens throughout the rest of the episode will make up for the wait that you have had to endure. Holy cow, I'm excited, to say the least. Thank you so much for everything. You are all amazing. A special thank you today to one of our awesome Twitter followers, at @SongFlightGirl. @SongFlightGirl is who Charlie is named after. They are such a cool person. Charlie the NPC and Charlie the Twitter user. Thank you. Y'all are absolutely incredible. We appreciate you a whole lot. We adore you and your character, also named Charlie. So, thank you all for everything. We're so tickled pink to still be able to record and still be doing this, even though things have changed up for us a little bit, mainly me. We appreciate all of you, and we love you, and we will talk to you again in 2 weeks.
So Triggus walks over and takes the keys.
I was just gonna say, okay, am I going alone or?
I was gonna stand here and wait for one of you to steal it because I'm too lawful good to take the keys off the counter.
Are we gonna have to roll sleight of hand?
Do you do it before Charlie leaves?
No.
Okay.
Heavens, no. We're not impulsive.
Oh, really? Oh. Yeah, Charlie walks away humming to themselves and making little squirrel noises. You're not quite sure how they do that. They're really good at it. Really sounds like a squirrel. They walk away. And Triggus walks over and grabs the keys.
Yes.
It's like a big old brass key ring. There's 13 different keys on the ring, and each one is neatly labeled with a family name.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Convenient.
Yeah.
Should we sneak over, or do we think that we'll be fine?
I think we'll be okay.
I think we'll be fine.
We stomp over, jingling the keys the entire way.
Whistle as you twirl the keys around your finger.
I sure love opening vaults.
Just where Charlie said it would be, you find it's kind of tucked away in like a corner. There is just a small door, and it just says the word Tanner. The word Tanner is carved into like a piece of wood that's been nailed above the door, and it's just like a pretty simple looking door. It is small. It's like gnome sized.
So Triggus is fine. And I'm still kind of fine. Rhakna's not fine.
It's probably even a little short for y'all, because gnomes are like 3 to 4 feet tall.
Oh.
It's a small door.
Kai, I have a set of gnome clothes in my backpack if you would like to change into the size of a gnome so you can fit.
I can duck. Triggus, we're fine.
Will she fit in there?
So you use the key, you unlock the door, and the room is about 4 feet tall. So it's
okay.
not, you can't stand up in there. It's a very small room. The walls of it are lined with shelves. And because it's such a small room, it probably looks a little more full than it really is. But you do see books, you see some stacks of papers, kind of just on the walls and scattered about the room, basically. There's a chair, a single chair in there, a small chair.
Since I'm the tallest, I think, Kai, you're going to have to probably try to get in there.
Triggus, do you really think you're the tallest?
Yes, of course.
Oh, no.
Tallest in spirit?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, I'll duck in and sit.
Okay.
On the chair.
Crawl around.
Kai is sitting on this itty bitty chair. Roll me an investigation check as you look around the library. Or the room. The Tanner room.
11.
So, Kai, you see what looks like a really thick recipe book. Maybe that has like some family recipes in it. You see something that looks like it could be a spell book. You've got a couple of books that, if you like would take them down and look at them, it kind of would detail like the family members and their names. Gnomes put a lot of thought into their very long names, and each one is significant. And so there's a book in there with like every name of every family member and what it means and where it came from and who gave it to them. There's another book that lists like the family get-togethers that they've had and like who showed up and what happened. That's written in common. Those are all written in common.
I knew it. I knew I should have taken gnomish.
You see a couple of like yellowed newspaper articles. So you see like a couple of like, or really almost a stack of like yellowed newspaper articles that look like they're probably about Wulfric and what a scandal it was when he was sent away to the Purg. Those are written in common. You also see a couple of smaller like leather-bound books that don't really have any markings or labels on them. There's like stacks of holiday cards for some gnomish holiday called Candle Nights. And
That's cute.
And I did not make that up for the record.
Oh. That's very cute.
That is a nod to the McElroys. And then there's like a small bundle of like very old, almost as old as the newspaper clippings. Maybe it looks like some sort of letters or something like that.
Okay, here's the dilemma. Some of, like, the important stuff is written in Gnomish. Do we steal it and take it to the other gnomes so they can read it?
Let's just take it to the horse.
They speak Elvish.
Oh.
And I don't know if they can read.
Oh, I'm disappointed.
I don't know how to answer this because I was too good to take the keys off the counter. But I'm not saying don't steal them.
Triggus, what do you say? Steal or no steal?
Isn't that a game show?
Close. It's a gnomish game show.
Yeah. I'm worried that Charlie may attack us.
Yeah.
I'm not worried if Charlie attacks us.
But they're probably magic is my thing, is what I'm thinking.
I don't see what other choice we have. I don't know what other... We don't really have any other leads. We don't... the only other place that we're going is on the other side of the continent, and we can just teleport to a place full of gnomes.
Oh.
And they might be able to tell us something off of these papers that could help us in our continued journey.
Yeah. And then we could teleport back to Fryndlesticks. Maybe.
We could teleport back here and put them back.
I like that
afterwards.
idea. Or
Yeah,
maybe
I mean, we will need a full 24 hours to wait before we can teleport back, but...
Or could we ask Charlie to read it to us?
Hey, I know you told us not to go in here, but we went in here. Could you read this for us?
No, we would say, oh, look, we found this on this shelf over there, nowhere near the Tanner family vault.
I think Charlie would know that it came from the Tanner family vault.
Yeah, let's take it to Charlie. Why
I-
would we go 2 weeks away? Let's take it to Charlie.
We just broke in! Wait, they told us not to break in.
Well,
I just don't want them to be mad at us. Because they're cute.
I mean, they left the keys on the counter.
And repeatedly
Yeah,
said,
okay,
and
let's go.
walked away to the other side of the library to reshelve some books that, one gnome, ruined the other side of the library? Come on.
Fine, then you have to do it, then I'm not doing it.
Why me?
what ho, Charlie?
Hang on. What do you take? There are... Okay, so there's a recipe book. Or do you just want the things that are written in Gnomish, probably?
Just the thing that are written in Gnomish. Just the really important looking stuff.
Roll me an investigation check real quick.
God. 19.
Ooh,
Plus
That's
6.
really good. That's really good. You poke around a little bit in there. The leather-bound books that don't have any writing on their spines, they are written in Gnomish, and they're in handwritten. They look like they almost are formatted like they might be some sort of diary, and those are written in Gnomish. There is a small bundle of what appears to be letters. The letters that look like they're about as old as the newspaper clippings.
Mm-hmm.
Those are actually written in Common.
Oh. Let me jumble through the letters for a little bit.
Okay. Yeah. So it's, like I said, it's a very small bundle of letters, maybe 4 or so letters, but they're separate from everything else. All of the papers, each paper in the bundle is a different shape and size. It doesn't look like it came from someone's stationery set or anything like that. And they're tied with a ribbon, a kind of a hempen ribbon in a little bow. You untie it and unfold the letter that's on top. And it says, Dad, I don't know what's going on, but as soon as they figure out that I'm innocent, I know I can return home to you and Mom. You know I could never do the terrible things they're accusing me of doing, right? It's true I was working on a way to allow the tieflings to be rid of their Asmodean bloodline, but only for those who wanted to be rid of it. And never, ever children. Just thinking about it makes me shudder. I'm so heartbroken, Dad. They will figure out that it wasn't me, right? You'll help with the investigation? I'm trying to be brave here, but everything feels so bleak. I miss you and Mom terribly. All my love, Wolfric.
Aww.
Are you already crying?
I feel so bad for the little guy.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You're laughing too much.
I don't know why. It's just my knee-jerk reaction.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a clue. It's a letter from Wolfric.
Well, he said to get rid of the Asmodean bloodline. Sadie was talking like he was gonna unlock it and like give them superpowers, remember?
Oh.
So she was misleading her cult.
Or someone misled her.
But she and Wulfric were like super tight. I think she would have known that he was trying to get rid of it. But she was telling the cult people that he was gonna unlock it.
Maybe it's to throw people off the track or something.
I don't know. Next letter.
Okay. Next letter. You look at the next letter, and it's on a different piece of paper, a different type. It says, Dad, I don't know if my last letter arrived since I didn't hear back from you. I miss you. I didn't do what they're saying I did. Please believe me. Please let me know they're looking into it. It's been a few months since I arrived here. The work is difficult, but it's the loneliness that's really getting to me. I try to hang on to memories of Fryndlesticks blossom festivals, or our Tanner family reunions, or birthday parties, anything where I remember feeling surrounded by happiness and love. I have made one friend, Sadie. She just arrived this week, but I also believe she's innocent of the crime they're accusing her of committing. She's quite charming, really, and we took to each other instantly. Her presence here is of a great comfort to me, but I long for the Walmer woodlands and the warmth of home. I hope this letter reaches you. Please give Mom my love. Wulfric.
What? So they met in the Purg?
I don't know what to make of this yet.
Yeah, neither do I.
Is there another letter?
Yeah, there's 2 more, right? Yeah,
Two
there's
more letters.
2 more letters. Let's just pretend that I'm reading them
I'm
aloud.
Yeah, I'm assuming. I almost
Yeah.
wondered if I should let you see this to read it aloud. Yeah, so Kai is reading these letters aloud. The third letter by far looks to be the longest. It says, Dad, I still haven't heard from you. I hope you and Mom are okay. I'll continue to write when I can find ways to, in the hopes that my letters are reaching you and that I will hear back from you. I can't tell you what a gift it would be to know that you miss me as much as I miss you and Mom. I've been in the Purg for almost a year now. I've found a small group of incredible people who I know in my heart of hearts are all innocent, as I am. They were all accused of their crimes around the same time I was. I know it sounds crazy, but I'm starting to wonder if something bigger is going on here. I look forward to the day our names are all cleared and you can meet the people who have become my family here. I've grown to love them all immensely, and their presence is such a blessing. Let me tell you about them. Sadie is absolutely incredible, Dad. She's sharp-witted and clever, and her singing voice is like nothing I've ever heard before. She is stubborn, but has such a kind heart. Roke is like me. He invents things, but he's better with physical creations rather than magical ones. He's an engineer at heart, and his contraptions never fail to make us laugh, especially when they don't quite work like they're supposed to. Shael is soft-spoken but fiercely passionate about nature. She keeps our living space less dreary with small flowers and plants, and when we miss the sunshine, she can create a warm light that's almost just as good. She's so lovely. Taru is a big ball of happiness, Dad. Mom would love him. He's a mystic, and somehow when he's around, we all feel a little less hopeless. Unless he's feeling particularly down himself, then we can all feel that too. Lucky for us, he's a natural optimist. We love him dearly. Finally, our newest little friend. He's only 12. He arrived a few days ago, scared and alone, and like the rest of us, falsely accused. They said he poisoned his family. Anyone spending more than 2 minutes with him would know that's impossible. Of course we took him in. He's so enthusiastically full of wonder and life that we were all immediately drawn to him and knew he needed as much protection as we could offer from the harsh life that is the Purg. I gave him that artifact that Grandpa Walnut gave me. I get the feeling that he'll need it more than I will here. Sadie has started to teach him music, and he's a natural. I never thought I wanted kids, but this boy has somehow already made our group feel even more like a family. His name is Triggus.
Me.
I'm laughing and crying at the same time.
You. Oh.
Why'd you poison your family?
Because they're annoying. Oh my goodness.
I don't feel as hopeless here as I did even just a few months ago, but I still long for my freedom. I miss you. I love you. I hope to hear from you soon. Wolfric.
You got some splaining to do.
I don't remember any of that, though.
What's your earliest memory?
I remember picnics and playing badminton with my family.
How old were you?
32?
You don't have anything from before you were 32.
No, I just thought that was how it was for everybody, that that your childhood's just kind of like a quiet place where you don't need to go.
Most people remember their childhoods, Triggus.
Yeah.
Do you think I'm broken?
No! No, you're not! No.
I feel horrible if I poisoned my family.
Triggus, there's no way that you poisoned your family.
No, definitely not.
Maybe I was like trying to cook and trying to make a nice meal for them and it didn't go well.
Well, I mean, it looks like all these people were innocent, Triggus. They're all falsely accused, is what Wolfric says. Which, is he a reliable source? He seemed to have had his stuff together back then.
But don't you have memories of your family?
Yes, of course.
Well, how could you have poisoned them then?
Oh, good point. Good point.
It didn't say attempted poisoning, so I think you're good.
Okay. But that also means I have a lot more friends than I thought. Sadie's my friend. Wolfric is my friend.
That's why Sadie's been asking for you.
We need to find her. We need to. It's just so much. Do you think we should tell Charlie or not?
Yeah.
Or should we just take the book and go?
Well,
Take the one that's
there's
in
another
Gnomish.
letter, isn't there?
Let's
There's
hear the other
another
letter.
There's one more letter. Mom, please help. I know it's been nearly 20 years. Time loses all meaning when your soul feels empty. I don't know if any of my letters ever reached Dad, but I'm reaching out to you for help. I don't even know if you're still out there. I'm desperate. I found Great-Grandma Wilhelmina's secret details about her Omara ritual, and I tried to perform it on my family here, and something went so terribly wrong. The explosion nearly brought down the entire Purg. I managed to gather what is left of almost everyone and used a spell to suspend them in time until I can figure out what to do. I can't find Triggus at all, and I'm worried about him. And he wasn't even part of the ritual. I don't know how to fix this. I don't know what went wrong. I did everything as I should have. What have I done? Please send help. I had to run from the Purg when the explosion happened. I'm hiding now. If you're out there, please help. The Fireflies will know where to find me. Wolfric.